If there's a, I don't even see a chat option. That means it's for kids, which means that it didn't save. Hold on. You can jump on this phone as soon as I know how to turn this stuff on. There you go. Yeah, if this is, I don't, if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to redo it.
Is that YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube's on. I have one viewer. Oh, hey, okay, I did save.
Yep.
How's it, Troy? How's it?
Yeah, good chat.
Sweet. Sorry, we couldn't find a place to go. Was driving everywhere looking for one place. Hey, Sandy, how's it? Whew. Bruh. There you go. Hey, Uy, how's it? Let's see. Creators must be 18 years or older. Aloha Cricket, how's it? How's it? No, I was right at the cutoff. I was not affected by the power outages. I didn't even have to drive in that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. I came from the Palia, so yeah, I was all good. Bruh. Look on the live. You see that?
What?
The leaf over there looked like one upside down cross. Fuck. That's not good. Oh, cuz, where these bugs one come from? Jesus. Uh-oh. Never mind. This light's dead. Dang it. I left it on. Yeah, whatever. I gotta recharge them again. I'll recharge you with this. So I hope you guys all had a good week. Happy Friday the 13th. Hey, Aussie, how's it? It wasn't a very unlucky day. It was actually kind of a good day. Charge this bad boy up a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. I had an encounter this week. I'll go tell you guys in a little bit. Still setting stuff up. What else do I need? Tablet. I don't know. What you think? Go rain?
Nah.
Nah, not go rain. I know all my stuff got wet last week.
Oh,
Okay, this is the one that has the Wi-Fi. I think. Yeah. Good. You get yeah, you get internet now, yeah?
yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I think connect to your phone.
Okay. Right, you know what I could have used today? I could have used what the heck? You heard that?
What? Yeah. I've heard a few things already since we got here. I haven't said anything.
No, just now. Somebody wouldn't call me.
A telephone call?
I wouldn't call me.
You called you.
Yeah, this phone wouldn't call me.
Oh, me?
8:11 p.m. What the fuck? Oh no! It's 828. Oh, okay, no man. Is it Makamai when butt dial? I guess I don't know. I'll call her back. What is this? How come I'm not getting any texts?
technical difficulties here, guys. Hang on, hang on.
I have no idea what the heck is going on. What the hell's going on, bro? Huh. We'll put the light over here so the bugs will go to this one. Get them off me. Okay, there we go. Hey, Tex Beach, how's it? All right. Oh, man. So, if anybody has some interesting locations to go to or places, let me know. I'm always down for checking out places. We couldn't find any tonight. We kept looking. They're either private property, no trespassing, or all that other fun stuff, huh? Is that yours? No, it's not yours. Brad, how's it? Antonio, how's it? Hey, Matthew Gifford, how's it? We're doing good. Hang out, do some paranormal stuff. Some equipment, maybe we'll go run them on the spirit box, tell some stories, that kind of stuff tonight.
Try to stay warm.
Try to stay warm. Yeah, I know. Brah, so cold over here. You didn't snake bite? No more snake over here. No more snakes in Hawaii. Right on. There's a Ko'olau ballroom open at night. If they are, then they're going to charge me like $15 for park.
No, not open like before.
Yeah, not like before, Troy. They don't let nobody up there. When they have an event, they close off the whole grounds.
Now there's church grounds then.
I wanted to go 2014. We had the Travel Channel come down, and I filmed a story with them. They wanted to film at that hiking trail we went to the other week with the ancient rocks and stuff and the waterfall. And the church that owns the land or the parking lot wanted to charge, like, what was it, 15 grand to use it? That's just crazy, you know. All right, so I'll share a story with you guys. No specifics though, but I had an interesting experience. I went to a church this week. I fix alarms and stuff. So I went to this church. I had known previously that this church has a reputation. Well, or so I was told, right? They seemed nice enough, and my source was about 20 years old, 20 years ago kind of thing. But I got in there, and it was just kind of weird. I mean, the gates were locked, first of all. The church should be, in my opinion, the church should always be open, yeah? But like, so I went inside, and finally, after, it was pouring rain, but they wouldn't open them up. I had to fix their stuff up. I had to go into a closet, but the whole place felt real bad. Like, the whole place felt like there was something looming, I guess you could say. Like, I could feel it. It was like very pilau, very dirty, but it was very persistent. It was there. I don't know if it was in the land. I only had 2 people over there, and the people seemed fine. They seemed cool. Anyway, they were doing their work, and I'm in the closet working on the system and all the wiring and stuff, and like, the room is kind of dark. The closet, no more light. I get my phone flashlight propped up against one of the boxes so I can see what I'm doing. And I feel 2 fingers on the base of my neck, and they run all the way down. These 2 fingers just slide all the way down my spine to my waist. That was, oh, brah. I turned around. There was nobody there. There was nothing near me. There was nothing that could have touched me. These were 2 fingers that just slid from the back of my neck all the way down to my waist. Or maybe even at my tailbone. Oh yeah, guys, we up at a Pali Lookout. And in the little ravine over here, I did bring some stuff for the spirits over here. I go put them out a little bit later. I did bring a treat, a little offering, yeah. Because yeah. But yeah, that was I experienced something I haven't in a long time, or yeah, I don't know if I even experienced this before, but I wanted to leave. I wanted to get out of there. It wasn't that I was scared. It wasn't that I felt unsafe. It was just I didn't like the vibe. It felt, for a better word to describe it, oily. It was fingers, no nails, just fingers. Just like these oily, greasy fingers running down my back. Now I get my shirt, my work shirt, and then I get my t-shirt underneath. So, but just if the energy was oily and greasy, it was bad. I've just never had the urge to leave. It wasn't like run. It was like, I just don't want to be here. You know what I mean? I ain't dealing with this stuff today. But I ended up being there for 2 more hours and it left me alone. Yeah, thanks for admitting you guys. You guys are awesome. Cool story. Me and my buddy were taking turns walking through a graveyard at night. 3 pictures of each of us. Tell me why all my pictures had complete clear surroundings. And all 3 of his were covered in orbs. I've seen those, yeah.
Wow.
Jamie, I am on YouTube. Yeah, right on, right on. Right on, Apple. Yeah. I'm not even busting out my chair, bro. I still sit my butt down on the concrete. I'm good. I've had pictures like that too, Matthew. It was like when people would come. I used to be a tour guide where we would do ghost tours, take people to haunted places, battlefields, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Sacred places, ancient places in Hawaii, tell ghost stories. And I'd always encourage, if people are gonna, first of all, I tell them, if you're gonna take pictures because you like see something, remember, you're in their house looking for them. They can come in your house and look for you. Okay. Bruh.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Yo, that's your devices, bro.
That's my speaker. In my backpack, that's closed right now. But yeah, no. What the fuck, dude? Bruh, that was good timing too. Which one? This one turn on? Bruh, you heard that, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
It did.
So that means that my Bluetooth speaker just turned on, and the light should be blinking. No more light. See, watch them. Unless it turned off.
Yeah, that was the off sound.
Must have turned off. I get pictures of orbs. Yeah, we're really in Hawaii. Hey, there's Jamie. We did this was like 2008, yeah. It's kind of changed a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I know, me too, bro. Um, Sorry, I'm reading on YouTube as well. Got your alert on YouTube. All right. You were live, but not on the laptop YouTube. Interesting. Okay. You heard that tree? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder if the camera picked it up. You know what, Matthew? For you, I'll go tell one of my scarier stories tonight. Because I'm a lot of the same way. I don't scare easily, and I can't even usually get scared at all. Like, I don't have that option when I'm out with people, but when I'm by myself, it's different. Hold on, let me get this. get some more, let me know. I bought it for you, but I might snack on them a little bit too. Yeah, there's a lot of comfy places. It's cold. What is it? Probably like 72 right now?
Yeah, it's below 70s.
Below 70s.
Gotta be. Look, I'm not this cold.
Nah, not ointment. Achy, does it? Ah, the night marcher's coming for you. The night marchers no come for anybody. They just do their thing. And yes, if we hear drums, we're leaving. Um. We have a lot of new people on tonight. Let me introduce myself properly, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Jamie. But I get power at home. You guys know Mora.
This fucking place.
Huh?
Hearing too much stuff though around us.
You still feeling the stuff?
Nah, hearing too much stuff around us.
Oh, okay.
Not pleasant either.
Okay. Hold on. Let me do a little bit of protocol first, yeah.
I don't know, Jamie. We're not at home.
Oh, Jamie, you Hawaii Kai. I was thinking you were the other one. Hiccups. Shinuma power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta stand up for this. So aloha to the spirits. Aole pilikia. Aole pilikia. We don't come here for any pilikia. We don't bring trouble. We don't bring problems. We simply ask for permission to be here and to stay here for a little while so we can talk, share stories, hang out, that kind of stuff. I recognize that this is your hale, this is your house, this is your area. With your permission, I would like to continue to do what we are doing tonight. Please don't be afraid. We don't mean any disrespect. We have toys that I'm going to set up that you can play with as well. If you want to come by and say hi, you can. I simply ask one thing, that if you are evil, you are bad, or you want to harm us or do anything evil or bad, you're not welcome to come around us. Yeah. If you mean us trouble, if you're gonna be a little kolohe, that's fine. But if you're gonna be if you're gonna cause trouble to anybody, please keep your distance. And if you are one of the people that live here that don't want us here, you just let me know and we will hele on. We will leave. So mahalo. Mahalo for your permission. Also, I ask that the guardians protect us and protect everybody from all of the bad things, all of the things that go bump in the night, all of the other things here, all of the spirits, whether they be malevolent, whether they be maybe ancient, whether they may be cursed. I ask that they are all removed from this area. Yeah. Under the authority of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome in our lives. Okay, there we go. You go sit down again. I'm calling you troublemaker. All of a sudden, you just float out of here.
No. These two wahinis over here acting up.
Oh, yeah.
No. Already starting off with me, I was all quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
They ripped me a new one, so I had to bring out the guns. My pew-pews.
Your connection dropped. Oh, brah. Yeah, I've been doing this for about 20 years, so I have a lot of stories. So, okay. Well, we'll tell one of my favorite. That one or the other one? Yeah, we'll do that one. I will say this story happened in Mililani, and because I do ghost stories and I'm involved in the paranormal, a lot of people oh wait, hey Matt, you can set this up for me.
Yep.
Thanks. Yes. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I went. So people ask me for help when they have hauntings, and they ask me to come bless their house, which is something that I've had to learn how to do. Right. Okay. I'm not going to read chat for the next few minutes so I can share the story without distractions, but I will read it after. Yeah. If you have any questions, save it for after. Okay. I will gladly answer them. But I can't really read the chat while I'm trying to tell a story, so I get sidetracked so easy. Anyways, this one lady had reached out to me. There was she had some ghost problems, and now her husband worked on Pearl Harbor, but or her fiance, but she was leaving. They were. This was probably in May of 2019, I believe it was, and the husband was in the mainland because they were switching places. They were switching bases, and he was over there getting their house ready, and then he was gonna come back down, grab them, and then they're gonna move in. And what was it, about 2 weeks? But the paranormal activity had picked up. She said she's had a lot of paranormal activity before, but now it's starting to harass the children, and because it's harassing her children, that's when she decided to reach out for help. Um, the She had a 4-year-old daughter who was gifted, very gifted. They had a 2-year-old son who was a little kolohe, a little troublemaker, like they are at two, terrible twos. This kid had so much energy, and then she had a newborn, right? And so I went over there. Well, as I'm prepping for this, I got my team, right? I got Uncle Ruben, Native American shaman elder. I got Guy, who is a very strong Christian. When we go in and we bless the place, we bless it 3 times over. I provide the Hawaiian with some Catholic. Guy provides the Christian. Uncle Ruben provides the Native American. We got the holy water, the tea leaf, the salt, the sage, the Palo Santo, you name it, we have it, right? When we bless the house, bro, no mess around, especially when you get kids involved, right? So we went to go ahead and we were talking about it and seeing what our other friends who have gifts, can see from the pictures that was sent to me to let us know kind of what we're going up against. Uncle Ruben tells me, don't do this. He's like, my guides are telling me that this is not a good idea and that you're going to get hurt, Joe, if you do this. And I had a hard time because of the kids. And it was like a really sobering admission, probably for him as well, but it was a sobering advice for me to not help this lady and her children. That this Uncle Ruben was telling me not to do that. He was adamant. He had to back out. I still went ahead and proceeded. I told him, pray for me. I'm going to do what I can, you know. So we had all met. There was me, there was Jello, my friend Mickey. She's a psychic one, yeah. Mickey and Guy. And I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. We met we met at a church. Well, no, we met at a park first. We're going to meet the lady and her kids at a church. So we met at a park. We did our initial blessings. We talked about strategy. The strategy was we weren't going to go to the house. We were just going to go give them a blessing, talk story with them, establish a rapport. Because one thing I hate is when I go and bless the house, if this thing wants to fight, it's going to scram. It's going to run out. But the moment we leave, it's going to try to come back into her life any way that it can. And then she's fighting a battle by herself. And I didn't want that for her. So we did a little bit of a blessing. We did all of that. We're just going to talk story and see and clear whatever was on her and the kids and give them protection. We get in. So we do that. Then we pull into the church parking lot. And we pull over there. The lady comes in with her kids in the back seat. And so we start talking story and, just discussing things. And I introduce her to everybody. Jello gets sick. Justin, Jello, he gets nauseous and sick. And he's like, Joe, something's going on. I feel like I'm about to throw up. Like it just came over him. So I put some of the holy oil on his forehead. And we all prayed over him. And he was fine. And we're kind of tripping out like, great, this thing already knows we're here. It knows what we're doing. That's not a good thing. Mickey comes up to me. She's like, Joe, I just wanted to tell you that I saw an older Hawaiian man sitting in the front seat of her car, like clear as day. And so I looked, and of course, there's nobody there. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I think he's a guardian, but he's over there and he wants to be known. 5 minutes later, guy comes up to me and he's like, Joe, I don't know what it is, but I keep seeing this old Hawaiian man sitting in the front seat of her car. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. That's you and Mickey. Mickey talks to the guy, the spirit. He's a guardian. He's an old ancient Hawaiian, and he wants to protect her because she lives on his land. But he cannot protect her without her permission. She needs to ask him to protect her. Otherwise, there's nothing that he can do. Once again, reestablishes the importance of free will. So we go ahead and we talk, and the plans change. It's like, you know what? I think we need to do this now, because this thing already knows that we're part of it, and it's already going to give her hell. So we went over. We drove over to their house, and I'm in the parking lot. It's a complex thing. It's like townhouses. So I'm in the parking lot. And Mickey's in the front seat, and I get out of and I'm like, okay, you ready to do this? She's like, I'm ready. I step out of the car, and immediately I'm hit with this wave of nausea. Immediately I feel my body aching. I feel nauseous. I feel like I'm burning up with a fever. Immediately, Mickey walks around the car. She comes up to me. She's like, Joe, Uncle, the old Hawaiian man, said he wants to give you something. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. I feel sick all of a sudden. And she's like, okay, well, here, he wants to give you this. And she touches my shoulder, and all of a sudden, everything is better. I don't feel sick anymore. In fact, I feel energized. I'm like, oh, man, that was awesome. I was probably sick and nauseous for not even 15 seconds. So we continue into the house. We go into her house, and it feels like, I guess, kind of like the mainland houses. It's different than Hawaii, yeah? So it's different than Hawaii, as in, here in Hawaii, our windows always open, yeah? I'll go to the mainland, and it's really difficult for me because, you guys got to close your windows when it's winter, yeah? Otherwise, you freeze your okoles off. I cannot live in a house where the windows are not open all the time, Anyways, it felt like the windows had been closed for a long time. It smelled like dirty clothes. It stunk. It was messy, all of that stuff, right? And I guess she's in the process of moving out, so makes sense. Nikki takes her and the kids out. What was that? You heard that? That was like a thump, yeah, right there. Okay. As long as it's not a rhythmic. And so Nikki takes them out of the house, so me and Jello and Guy can bless the house. And she has an offering of kulolo. She walks around the house. She goes to a certain spot on the outside. She tells me this later, where Uncle was waiting, and the little girl could see Uncle, right? The little girl looked up and started smiling, and she said she saw Uncle, the old Hawaiian man, and she loved him, and it was awesome. So they were doing that as me, Guy, and Jello were blessing the house. We were going from room to room with the tea leaf and the salt. Jello was in the back holding a Palo Santo stick and reading from the Bible. And I'll tell you, that blessing was so amazing. I mean, by the time we were done, it felt like the temperature dropped to a very comfortable, cool temperature. You could almost feel breeze coming through. It was like you were standing in an open field. It was that free and that airy. It was so awesome. It was like, all of a sudden, it was a completely different place. We had lifted whatever was in there off. Whatever was oppressive, we lifted it off. It was like, I tripped out, The ladies came back and said, they felt it too. They're like, oh my God, this place is different, right? So we blessed the house. Job complete. The evil entity, whatever it was, is gone. I tell her, okay, that was a Friday night, I want to say, maybe. I said, tomorrow, take the kids, Take the keiki, go beach, go swim in the salt water. It'll clear any more residual stuff off of you. Go beach, relax, have fun. Don't bring fights, that kind of stuff. Don't bring that kind of energy. Let's keep this thing away, right? And then I didn't hear from her. No, I think that was actually a Thursday night. My bad. That was a Thursday night because I had to work on Friday and then again on Sunday. And so a few days pass. I don't hear a word from them at all. It's all good. And I'm at work. At this time I'm working in a group home where I got 8 people from the state hospital that I have to watch over, medication monitoring, but they're all good. You know what I mean? These guys are good. They're fine. They really don't need me, right? So I go and I continue. I'm working over there. About, I want to say maybe 7 o'clock. I get a phone call from this girl. Let's call her Reese's girl because she was wearing a Reese's shirt. She calls me up, completely freaking out. She's like, Joe, it's still here, and now it's doing more stuff. It's mad. It's throwing things around the house, and Joe, I don't know what to do. And then she stops and she's like, you leave my son alone. You hear me? You leave him alone. And then I hear a door slam. She's like, no, open that door. And that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you, what's going on? She's like, something is trying to lock my 2-year-old in the bathroom. And you could hear him screaming and all of that stuff. And it was just like, what the hell is going on? And she'll come and she'll start talking again. And then she'll be like, okay, so what do I do? And I'm talking her through, have my relaxing voice on. I'm like, all right, this is what you need to do. We need to pray. We're going to go ahead and do the Michael the Archangel prayer together. And she's like, okay, that's going to, stop it. She just keeps yelling at it randomly. We're on the phone for an hour and she wouldn't stop, like, just randomly yelling. And I even told her, like, listen, you got to stop the yelling. Right now, you're feeding it. Your anger right now, your fear, you're feeding it at all. You're feeding it and you're making it stronger. So control your emotions, control your stuff, all right? Your kids are going to take after you. If you are cool and calm, they're going to be cool and calm, all right? Yeah, I know, flying these guys. And so so we continue talking, but she's not listening to me. It's like talking to a drunk person. The person, she seemed like she was inebriated or something. I don't know what she was doing, but it was just like I couldn't reach her. And then the line went dead. And I was like, okay, maybe the phone went die. She's going to charge it up and she's going to call me back. And I waited 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I think I waited about an hour. By now it's about 9 o'clock at night. And the whole time I'm waiting, I'm like worried. I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? I'm like, in my head, I have this one scene that I can't shake playing itself out in my head. I was really tempted to drive there. And the scene that played itself out in my head was I drive there and I open the door and the room is dark. I see her standing in the corner of the room. I see with a knife in her hand. And I see her children's bodies sprawled on the couch, unconscious, not moving. And I'm like, I couldn't get that image out of my head. This lady, she was not herself, and I was worried. And so I finally looked at my other coworker at the other house and I'm like, hey, listen, I got to run an errand for about an hour. Can you hold down the fort? She's like, yeah, I can hold down the fort, Joe. Take your time, do whatever you got to do. She knows what I do. So I leave and I'm praying to Michael the Archangel as I'm driving over the H3 and I'm asking all the guardians and all the guides to come and help me. I call him, no, here's the thing too, is I call it Mickey, who lives in the area. And Mickey does a drive-by. She drives by the house to see if everything is all right. And it's still early, right? And she's like, Joe, their car's parked in the front, but all of their lights are off. That's not normal. That's not normal for like 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. You know what I mean? That's not normal. And then that it just reinforced itself what I was seeing. The whole room was dark. So I'm like, all right, Nikki, I'm going to come by. I'm going to pick you up. Let's go. She's like, okay. I'm available right now. I'm like, okay, thank you. We go, we do a fast blessing on ourselves with holy water and stuff, and then we get to the front door. We park over there, and then I walk to the front door, and indeed all the lights are off, and I'm like, oh my god. And I walk to the door, and I knock on the door. Nobody answers the door. You know, the door is ajar though. The door's already open a little. So I announce myself loudly, clearly. I go, hi, this is Joe. We were talking on the phone. You sounded like you needed help. I'm coming. I'm coming in, all right? Is everything all right? Can I come in? No response. I'm like, okay, I'm doing a wellness check. I'm coming in. I open up the door. The whole place is dark. And in the same corner, in my imagination that I saw her standing at, she's standing in that corner, facing the corner, head down, like she's in some kind of daze. I turn on the lights and I see the kids are sprawled out on the couch. And I'm like, my heart just gets stuck in my throat. And I'm like, this is not, what the hell is going on? Then I look and the kids are actually breathing. They were sleeping. They were so exhausted that they got passed out. And so I'm talking to Reese's girl. I'm over there and I'm trying to talk to her and get her attention, but she's phasing out on the corner of the room, just staring at the corner. And I'm like, then the baby wakes up and the baby starts crying. And so I told her, hey, Reese's girl, I'm gonna go ahead and change the baby's diaper, okay? I had a newborn. My son, diaper rash, aole. You don't want diaper rash. That's horrible. That's bad for everybody. So as I'm changing the baby's diaper, my phone is in my pocket. It starts to play the exorcism prayer in Latin, I think it was. Yeah. It starts to play that in my pocket. Now, you can butt dial people. There's only 2 times I've ever butt YouTube stuff, The first time it was in front of the Kamehameha statue, and it played a sovereignty song in front of all the tourists on my tour, But I look at Mickey, my eyes go wide. Oh, hey, like, how's it? And Mickey looks at me and she's like, just not saying anything, She's like, oh my God, what the hell's happening? Kind of look. And I'm like, you know what? We're in good hands. Let's just keep going. So I continue to let it play. And I continue to talk to her and change the diaper. And then the prayer switches to St. Michael the Archangel's prayer in Latin, the entire stuff. I know I see the lights, so I'm just going to keep talking. Maybe it's reacting to my voice. And so we're just, I'm not getting through to her. She's not getting through at all. She's not coherent. She's not cognitive, but her eyes are open. She turns around, stares at me, mouth open, like maybe drooling. I can't remember, but I'm like, okay, you know what? This is not a good place. The whole place felt infested when I got in there. So I'm like, we're gonna take them out. I asked Mickey if she could get the baby, the newborn, and I grabbed the 2 kids. I woke them up. They were kind of freaked out because they'd only met me once and they didn't really remember me. But I'm like, okay, we're going to get out of the house, guys, all right? Let's go. I'm going to take you guys and your mom out of the house right now. We need to get out of this house because there's something not good in this house. I didn't tell them that, but... And so I'm carrying the 2 kids, one in each arm, as I'm also trying to balance Reese's girl, because me and Mickey have Reese's girl between us, and she's using us for support, and we're taking her out to the car, and the kids are freaking out until I tell them, hey, you guys will eat dinner. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, let's go to McDonald's to get you a Happy Meal. And then all of a sudden, I'm their best friend, So I'm leading her to the car, and I'm doing it loudly. I'm like, okay, Reese's girl, we're going to go to McDonald's. You look like you're having a bad day because you get the neighbors looking, yeah? And so I don't want them to see this strange guy walking into their house and walking out with, you know what I mean? And so we jump into my van. And she's in the far, far back. I still got my baby seated in my car seat. And so I put the baby in there. Mickey is in the front and the kids are in the back, all excited because of McDonald's. But then, so we drive down the road. We're in the drive-thru. And I'm just talking lightly. I'm like, oh yeah, so hey, how are you doing? Did you guys go beach? How's it going? How's you guys' weekend? I talked to the boy, oh, so what you like? Chicken McNuggets, huh? You like the kind of sweet and sour sauce? Getting them all, just breaking the mood, right? Breaking the tension. And then a moment of silence where everyone's kind of quiet when I'm done ordering. And then I look in my rearview mirror and the lady, Reese's, all the way in the back row of the seats, her head jerks up, looks at me. And she says, "You can't have her. She's mine." And I was like, in my head, I'm like, "Bruh, what the hell is going on?" But outward, I'm like, "Hey, who the hell would invite you to come into my car? Now get the hell out of my car before I play the exorcism prayer again on my Bluetooth speakers." You know, so get out of my car. You're not welcome. You're not invited. And I swear to God, I just saw somebody walk from the left to the right down there, man.
Just now?
Just now. Arm, everything. Oh, cuz. Oh, forearm. Yeah, definite forearm, bro. Walking to the right.
From left to right.
Yeah, from our left to the right.
I guess I'll wait to go bathroom. I was thinking about it too. If we can climb up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah, yeah.
But he like tapped me on my shoulder.
Man,
We'll come back.
Well, the lights kept going off too, huh?
Bro, this whole time it's
Yeah.
been rocking those lights. It's
Yeah.
dancing.
And so, okay. So we grab the food. We go sit down in the parking lot of McDonald's. We take the kids out of the car. I had to put the little one, the 2-year-old, in a shopping cart because brother was running around the parking lot, and I had to deal with the mom, yeah. So Mickey was dealing with the baby, so I put him in the shopping cart. I put the McDonald's on in the shopping cart. Brother went eat, yeah. He was grinding. I'm dealing with Reese's girl now. I put her on my chair. I take my chair out of the back and put it down and have her sit on it, and she's still totally out of it, not coherent. And I grab my holy water and I grab my rosary and I dip the rosary in the holy water and I hold it above her head. I'm using it this way like a pendulum, like I learned how to clear people with the pendulum. I'm using it above her. I hold it above her head, and the holy water is dripping on her. She starts like screaming and hissing and fighting, and all of a sudden now she's animate, way animate. She's moving, she's kicking, she's fighting, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And so I just do the Lord's Prayer, and I start praying over her, and then I dip the holy water. I dip the rosary in the holy water again, hold it over her head, continue praying, and this goes on for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then finally, she looks up and she's like, "Joe, what are you doing here? Where am I?" Or something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, welcome back." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, you called me because you were having trouble." She's like, "Yeah, that's right." I'm like, "You don't remember anything?" She's like, "Nope." I'm like, "Okay, well, here, I got you a coffee. Go drink the coffee." You know? She's still kind of freaking out. She's still kind of like she seemed like she was on drugs, but because of the work I did, I knew the signs and I could feel when people are high on drugs. She was not. She was not high on drugs. She was not drunk. She was just maybe having a psychotic breakdown. She said she was like that for 2 days. The last thing she remembers Saturday was trying to tap into her gift. And then that's the last thing she really remembers. And then everything else is kind of blurry after that. Um, I call up my friend Marie. I'm like, "Marie, we need your help." She's down in Manoa. She's like, "I can't come over there right now. I'm too far away." She's like, "But I'll send you some energy as soon as I get home in about 15 minutes if you guys can wait." I'm like, "Sure, we can wait." And I'm sitting down. I'm talking to her. I'm trying to find a plan because she's not cool. She's still not good. She knows nobody on the island because she's military. Her husband is not here, or her fiance is not here. You know, I even call him up and I'm like, "Bruh, hey, I got your wife, your fiance here. I got your kids over here. You gotta, we need a place for them to stay tonight. Is there friends? Is there anybody?" I hear breathing now.
that, I heard that too. I think it was creaking. I don't know what it
That was
but
breathing right here, left.
I heard him. I was like, okay.
Bro, that was a rattling breath. Oh, cuz.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss you. Let me scream fucking.
Honestly,
I went up the poly.
yeah. You hear? Hey, don't worry. You hear me scream, bro. Same.
Going up the poly. Just remember the direction is just one way away. You're not coming back.
I get the car keys, bro.
I can run, bro. I can run.
Wow. So the ghosts down here, they like ghost stories. Yeah, that's what I learned as being a tour guide. Is that when I would tell stories, they would all gather around and come closer and closer and closer. When I tell stories, a lot of the time the activity picks up a little bit, right? From time to time. Usually, the scarier the story, it tends to attract different things. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we were trying to figure out where she can go, where the kids can go, because I didn't really want to drop the kids off with her if she wasn't going to be coherent. And the husband or the fiance said he didn't know anybody. There was nobody that they could turn to. I didn't want to call the police and get CPS involved. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. That was also an option, but I didn't want to do that. And then all of a sudden, 15 minutes after I called my friend. Now, Mickey doesn't even know I called. Well, she knows I called Marie, but she had no idea what we talked about. We were busy with the kids and all of that stuff too. Huh? And so Reese's girl starts freaking out. She starts freaking out saying, we need to leave. We need to leave. It's coming. It's coming. Something is coming. Something big is coming. And I'm like, what? What's happening? Where's it coming from? And she points towards Manoa. She's like, something big is coming. We need to get out of here. And I'm like, that's probably good. Don't worry about it. And then Mickey starts smiling. And she's like, oh my God, it's here. And it's like, Mickey's like, oh, the green energy. The wavy green energy. And Reese's girl looks at Mickey. She's like, you can see that too? Like, yeah, don't worry. That's from our friend. She's a healer. You know, don't worry. It's for you. It's meant to heal you. It's not meant to harm you. But that showed me the depth of her possession, I guess you can call it, because it actually, she thought that thing was still inside of her. Yeah, it was a part of her, and it wanted her to flee. It wanted her to leave because it didn't want that potent healing energy to give it energy. You know, it didn't want that to help her. It wanted her to not get the help. And so it told her that this good stuff is bad, run away from it, all of that stuff too. That showed me right there and there that I could not help her. You know, some people hold on to their attachments, their possessions. Some people won't let it go. It sustains them. You know, that's where it gets scary. That might have been what Uncle Ruben had seen, that no matter how hard I tried to help her, I could not help her, right? We did manage to get her down the baseline. Then she left and we didn't talk for a long time. A couple years later, her husband now, in the mainland, messages me. He's like, hey, you were the guy that helped my wife back in Hawaii, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. How's it going? How's everything going? He's like, she's not doing good. That's why I'm texting you on the messenger app. Yeah. He's like, I need some advice. I need to know what I'm looking at and what's going on. So, you know, we started talking, and she's saying that there's things that are following her. She's part Native American. She said, I think, let's just say Cherokee. I can't remember the tribe. Maybe it was Apache. That's right. Ooh, these lights are having fun tonight, bro. It was Apache. And so she said her Apache elders are around, and they're telling her that there's a Wendigo outside, and if she leaves the house, the Wendigo is going to eat her and devour her soul. And so she refuses to go anywhere, and she's terrified, and she's doing all of this stuff saying that it's, you know, Apache, and it's meant to ward off the spirits. And he's like, I don't know what to do. She's acting a little crazy. And from what he was saying is she was acting like she was possessed still. And so I messaged him back, and I'm like, hey, do you have any holy water? Do you have any salt? And the response I get back wasn't from him. It was, we laugh at holy water and salt. It does nothing for us. Or something like that. I actually had found the text, but then I couldn't find it in October when I shared the story. It's like, it does nothing for us. We are hungry, we are the cat in the dark, or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I just figure, you know, the heck with this. I call up Jamie, FaceTime, my friend, and I call Reese's girl on FaceTime, right? Jamie's a psychic, she can help me, and she's very good at protecting as well. And so she's just there to bear witness, kind of thing, and to tell me what underlying is happening. And so she's texting me as we're going. She's like, there's definitely something there. There's something there. And so I'm just acting like a normal, like, hey, how are you doing? You know, long time no see. How was the move? How's life treating you? You know, she's not here right now. We are here. I'm like, well, can I talk to Reese's girl? I want to talk to her. No, she's sleeping. We will talk to you instead. I'm like, who are you? Who am I speaking to? Like, my name is Rising Sun. I'm an Apache warrior that's her guardian and her protector. I'm like, well, nice to meet you, Rising Sun. But could I please speak with Reese's girl? Because I really want to talk to her and catch up. No, she's sleeping. We are not gonna wake her. And I'm like, okay. And then I start talking to her. I'm like, oh, I wanted to ask her if I wanted to ask her how she was doing. She's doing fine. I want to ask her how her kids are doing. They're doing fine. I want to ask her if she remembers when I came to her house. She remembers. Like, okay, do you remember when I did this and when I did that? Yes, I remember. I'm like, whoa. See, I changed the wording. And so she had committed into saying, yes, I remember, which meant that I was speaking to her. You see, I think there was a part of schizophrenia involved into this as well. And I worked in the mental health field. It was multi-layered. Schizophrenia was a factor to my knowledge, to my belief anyway, but so was this spirit, right? And so I'm like, oh, well, Reese's girl, nice to see you. Welcome back. You know, I'm glad to speak to you. And then all of a sudden she starts sputtering and she's like, it's this Rising Sun. I'm like, no, this is Reese's girl. You're having a psychotic break or something like that. I said, like, I think you're having a schizophrenic episode. I need to speak to Reese's girl. And, you know, she's like, no, this is Rising Sun. I'm like, okay, Rising Sun, do me a favor then. If you're an Apache warrior, tell me your name in your native language. Oh, we don't need to use that language anymore because we're spirit. And these excuses came out, and I'm like, it's because you don't know the language. Because I am talking to Reese's girl right now, and you are having a psychotic episode. I told her, listen, I work in this field. I worked in this field for a while. I have talked to people who did not get help. I've talked to people, mothers, fathers, who did not get help for decades. And the next thing they know when they finally do get help is that they lost their children's entire childhood. They don't remember anything and their kids hate them. You know, are you going to be that person? Are you going to live regretting this, or are you going to actually go out and give help? I've watched lives being torn apart by this illness, by people not wanting to get on the right medication and not seeking help. And then she just starts crying, and she breaks down and starts crying. And I'm like, come on, you need to get help. There's a lot of help out there. There's tons of help. All you have to do is reach out, you know. And then it goes back to her schizophrenic episode again, right? So like, I'm yeah. So I believe schizophrenia was definitely a part to this, but the things that I could feel and the things that I could see while this whole thing was going on, even Jamie had talked about that. She was like, oh my God, there's no Wendigo. That's just a delusion, but there is something, and it's inside of her, and it's controlling her, and it's using this illness to do that, you know, that kind of stuff. We haven't spoken since, but I did stalk her Facebook a few months ago, and she seems to be doing fine.
That's not something you tell people, bro.
Bro, that's just okay. I stalked her husband's Facebook.
Oh boy.
There you go.
Me and you might have to decline, bro. We might have to reconsider our
Bro,
friendship.
there's no way to say that, bro. There's no way. Oh, so I went to look at her Facebook a little while ago. No, that's the same thing as stalking, bro. You might as well just call it what it is, bro. I wasn't like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean. I was looking at her.
I'm sorry, guys. I think shake them up a little bit. You know what I mean? Sort of laugh here and there. Shake up the atmosphere. You get like, talk scary. That's scary right there.
Yeah, it's very. But yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. So I checked in on her on Facebook. Better?
I mean, hey, this is a fucking out there choice of words there, Joe.
Bro, I've been listening to too much Epstein stuff this week,
Oh,
bro.
bro.
So sorry.
Oh, dude. Hey, yeah,
Oh.
did you hear about that? You know who Lifehouse is, right?
Huh?
Lifehouse? You
No.
ever heard of that company, Lifehouse?
No.
Lifehouse does all the fucking the school pictures.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay? On the Epstein files, the head of the Lifehouse
Oh
company
no.
is on that. You know what we do right now in the school pictures?
Oh
They
no.
send the proofs home to
Oh
the parents.
no.
The parents, bro, the parents fill out all the name, address, everything, da da da. Da. But just like we giving them a card catalog to the kids.
Yeah. Oh, brah. Life touch. There you go.
Yeah, life touch. That's what it is. Bruh, crazy. I heard that. I was like, what the hell? Maybe good at getting school pictures of my son.
Yeah. Hey, Jada, don't worry. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, I gotta use the right lingo. So sorry. Hey, calamai.
Joe's canceled. Joe just got
Oh, yeah,
canceled.
yeah. I wonder if Epstein is a banned YouTube word now.
Bruh, I don't know.
No, it's not.
See,
Like,
like Charlie Kirk, you don't see none of his stuff anymore, bro.
brah, no kidding,
Like
yeah?
it's gone. It
Yep.
just wiped out. Gone.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Huh? That's probably why AI, the school, mischanged. All the schools change companies. Yeah. That's a good one. So these lights, wow, they've been going off. We've been here for hours before where they don't go off once. This is a tripwire. Each of those things are an EMF detector. And we're in the middle of the forest right now. There's like power lines about, 100, 200 yards to the right that go through the tunnel. But, yeah. Hey, you guys like some more candy? Bro, what the hell is that?
Is that kind of nice, bro? I'm trying to chalk it up to the wind, but there's noises that just don't belong in this forest.
That sounded like people driving by screaming out of their car.
I don't know.
Oh, Matthew, I'd like to hear that one day. Stories are good to share, and they're very good to discuss. And for me, it's I'm a storyteller, but I also go out and get my experiences. And the way I cope with a lot of the bad things that have happened and the scary things that have happened is I'll talk about them, you know. Yeah, Triple Gardini. I thought you got new lights because the past few weeks they stayed just purple. Yep. But I mean, like, put it this way. I tell stories every night for the month of October. You can look on YouTube. I get 2-hour videos every night for the whole month of October. Telling stories about night marchers and Hawaiian demigods. And this is Hawaii. It's a lot different. We have elementals, we have spirits, we have demigods, we have shapeshifters. We got Madame Pele, the goddess of the volcano, that people will still like meet and see, kind of thing. You know what I mean? This guy is crazy. That's okay. I think I'm crazy sometimes too. But that's why I always have witnesses. When we hear the drums on the live video, bro, you guys all can hear them, and you know I'm not going crazy before we helle out of there. I'm glad I've never had an actual experience. I would have no idea how to deal with it. Well, you deal with it. You know, you have to. And like, I'm the kind of person where you don't have the option to not. Oh yeah, Hawaii is fantastic down here. We get Japanese ghost stories here, the faceless lady, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Jamie, they don't march through the phone. It's fine.
For you, they might, because you can see them. So, no, just play. You cannot handle the lights. How you gonna come out with us?
Brah, for real. Hey,
Yeah.
so next week we go Hawaii Kai. You go meet up with us. You gotta find one place for us to go, Jimmy. We go your house. Just kidding. Even La Llorona, yeah. We get I was thinking about doing those stories. I wanted to go to the Kavainui Marsh, where you get the Otis Mo'o, the Otis lizard person on the island, yeah, the calling spirit. Well, I can't call her a calling spirit because she's not a calling spirit. She's a Mo'o, and they're very sacred. Yeah, but yeah, word that is allowed kind of thing. You talking about orbs earlier, right? So, by the way, I don't take pictures, but I have pictures from people who have been on my tour. I have pictures that people send me. Um, I have orbs, I have mist, I have lights, I have other anomalies. Let's find some of the orbs. The orbs are cool. You get this kind right there, like these kind of orbs. Oh, hold on, I'll show TikTok as well. They come in different colors, yeah. You got the blue ones. You got the little, we call this the Pac-Man ones. This happens when it rains. I've heard all the orb theories. But if orbs are energy and water passes through energy, doesn't it disrupt it? Yeah, we got the dark red ones too. This is at Iolani. No, this is Iolani Palace grounds. It was an orange one. Did I have a red one? We almost went here tonight too. Somebody had seen a figure sitting on the fence, and they snapped a picture, and we got this. This, I believe, is an orb manifesting from level 1 to level 2. Apparition. Level 1's an orb, no, not that much energy. Level 2 is when it draws more. No, level 3 is when it forms a mist and like body parts and stands up. I would say this is dust, but look at all the colors, yeah? Now I've heard the scientific people and like, oh, it's just the flash of the camera make the color. Like, oh, so we had what, all of these flashes? This is at Ulupo Heiau, an ancient Hawaiian temple built over 1,000 years ago, with about 80,000 Hawaiian people buried within. This one was cool. Yeah, I get all kinds of stuff. That's my Facebook. Yep. Uh, Let me show you guys one of my favorite pictures that happened right up where we're standing. So I guess for a little bit of history, where we're standing right now, where we're sitting right now, is by the Pali Lookout, which was the last battle fought in Hawaii. The army of Oahu was pushed over the Pali, which is Hawaiian for cliff, 900 feet down to their death below. I don't even know if I can find them. Nope. Cover photos. Yeah, it's pretty good cover photos. Right here. This was a shadow that stood up in the parking lot in 2008. On the tour, we were walking back to our car, and there was a shadow standing in the parking lot. So the person, one of the people, turned around and snapped this. I saw this taken in the picture when it was taken. We thought this was, of course, a Hawaiian warrior. But if you look at it closer, you could see, I think that this is now, we had a guy a couple years later point out to me on this. What you see is a black life vest going over his shoulder. Hold on. Going over his shoulder and under his arm. He's facing the camera with his left arm facing you, and like on the top you can see what looks like an air mask that World War II pilots would wear, the breather on on the planes, and almost like a pigskin cap like they would wear too. Yeah, I don't know, pigskin cap, you know the kind of cap that they would wear, right? This actually, there's a memorial plaque now. There's about 200 feet from the plaque. So that would probably be about 300 or 400 feet from where this picture was taken. There was a wreckage of a plane in World War II, and all 10 people on board died. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff. We get EVP, screams and all that. Tune in. We do live every Friday night, 8 p.m. Hawaii time, or like right about now for about 2 hours. Yeah, man, we gotta go to some cool places again. Am I the only one that thought there was a bug on my screen? Oh yeah. Hey, Kainoa. Yeah, it was pretty cool, Phoebe. I did hear that. That was something big. Are you good friends with Lopaka? Yep. We're acquaintances, friends. We talk to each other when we see each other. We've been in the field long enough. I give anybody props that has been in this field a long time. I've known a lot of people in this field, but after a few years, they kind of leave and exit. A lot of people go into this field to become famous and rich and that kind of stuff. But I just do it because I love doing it, you know. Lopaka too, and those kind of people tend to gravitate towards each other. I give him credit though. I'm done telling stories on tours. That takes so much energy out of me. I'd rather come here, couple people, nice quiet place, sit down, kick back, and tell stories. But yeah, Lopaka is the man. He is the boss. Voted #1 ghost tour in America for I don't know how many years in a row now, and best storyteller. Yeah, oh, right here.
You spill something?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I
Where
said.
where all that came from?
Yeah. I like how you do it with respect and aloha. Thank you, thank you. One thing is always is when you tell their stories, they come and they listen. Yeah. Um, and you better tell the truth. We had an EVP one night over at Judd Trail. This actually followed the story I told last week about the guy with the coconut that would come over to the place on the tour and tell stories that are complete BS and just to scare the tourists, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And the spirits, they never liked that, yeah. Well, there was one night, actually, I think a few nights after that, we came back, just me and my friends, and we caught an EVP. Well, what it actually was a growling in the bush. No, that was a different one. It was an EVP saying in Hawaiian, tell the truth, otherwise don't come back. Tell the truth or leave. That's what it was. Yeah, so Paka is also a medium. Yeah. So I do my best. I tell the stories as truthful as I can. And if they want to correct me on the parts that I don't know, then yeah, they can. They can correct me as well. You know. Thank you. That's awesome. Talofa. Ooh, Talofa. I get one Samoan story for you. Yeah. See, Hawaii, we get ghosts, but if you pono, if you're respectful, typically the ghosts are very pono for you too, yeah? Right on, Matthew. Yeah, thank you. If you do this kind of stuff too, or you ever do, brother, you let me know. I'm gonna go find you and follow you back. Because this kind of stuff is, I like hearing stories as much as I love telling them. Yeah, I never want to touch you, Matt, all right?
Not yet, but you have been stalking me, I think. No.
The people on the tour were like, do people ever get touched? I'm like, we charge more. We charge extra for that. The Samoans are a little bit more, I'd say, scary. Like, so after the tour one night, I went to the bar, Komomai's, which used to be open down the road from my house. Just go wind down, have a couple of drinks before I go home. You know what I mean? I go over there. I still get my tour shirt on. Says got orbs. The Wahoo Ghost tours on the back. Had this guy. He had a few. He had a few to drink already, and he was like, "This someone brought came up, and he's like, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I just tell ghost stories, you know." Like, "Oh, you believe in that kind of stuff?" I'm like, "Of course, of course. I lived Hawaii my whole life, you know. I'm Hawaiian. I'm local. Of course, I believe in that kind of stuff." He's like, "Me too. Like, you want a story to tell you?" What was it? I heard a couple stories like this, but like this guy said it was his. Yeah, it was. I want to say it was him, but it might have been his father's story. I forget. I'm gonna say it like it's him though. This was like in 2009. So he said, no, it was him. That's right, it was him. He said, he came home one day from work, and he had this sharp pain in his temple, in his head, right above his ear. Just this sharp stabbing pain that would not go away. He took Tylenol, the thing wouldn't go away. Took aspirin, everything, the thing would not go away. He went to the doctors, he got an x-ray, nothing. There's nothing wrong with the guy, right? And so it's a constant, just sharp stabbing pain, and he just couldn't deal with it. And so he decided, let's call a Hawaiian priest. Let's call a kahuna. So they talked to a kahuna, and the kahuna looks at him and he's like, "Oh, brother, you gotta go back home. You know, you're not Hawaiian, I cannot help you. You gotta go to a Samoan priest. But you gotta go back home to Samoa." And so the guy tells me he goes back home to Samoa and he sees a Samoan priest. The Samoan priest looks at him and he's like, "Your dad died, didn't he?" He's like, "Yep. Yeah, my dad died. We need to go to his grave. We need to dig him up." Like, oh, brah, what? You know what I mean? He's like, "We need to go to his grave. We need to dig your father up. Something's not right with him." And so it had been decades that his father had died. And so they go to the graveyard. They dig up the father's grave. And they find, as they dig him up, that the coffin was really cheap, just kind of like how it is over there, right? It was just a wooden coffin. As they were nailing the coffin shut, a nail went right through the father's temple, the body of the father. And so they removed the nail, and instantly the pain went away. Yeah. There's other stories that were similar to that as well. It was like a root had grown over the family member's body because this tree, they were buried under a tree, and they had to go dig up the body and take the root out because the family member had these horrible abdominal pains, you know. So it's not very forgiving in Samoa. You miss Samoa so much, yeah. I heard distinct. Okay, let's see. Kainoa sharing the story over here. Mike Ka'i, right on. One time, me and my cousin was hiking Pali right before the gates closed, and we was running to get out, and we heard distinct drums that we never heard before, like be traditional. Oh wow. To this day, no one believes us when we get chicken skin when we talk about it. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I used to do the tour here. We would come up here a lot. Drums is not a thing that we've heard very often here, but the conch shell is, and other things as well. I've done one ghost hunt and it's still burned into my brain. What I saw at night was not what is here in the morning.
I'm gonna say, if they heard the drums, it means okay, they was close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They was close.
Okay, let me ask you this. Hey Paige, how's it? Aloha. Kainoa. So, where you guys would hear the drums, was it down, you go down the old Pali Road, you go over that ridge, and you get to that little place where you get the waterfall and the little wall you can sit on, again, you get the valley open up behind you. You know the one I'm talking about?
That's down the old Pali Road, though.
That's down the old Pali Road.
Not the actual way, right? Okay.
No, yeah, he said he did that before the gates were closed. Now the gates are closed. Yeah.
Oh, they actually
on the old Pali Road, yeah.
I didn't know that they had a gate.
Oh, they locked them up, bro.
The old Pali Road, I thought it was just something fenced off or something.
So Uncle Joe, one of the tour guides, told me this was like 2015 maybe, when that big landslide happened. Yeah, you remember that. It was Big Island when that happened, I think.
What is that? When?
The landslide that closed off the Pali for like a couple months.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I was up here yet.
No, yeah.
Still on Big Island.
No, that was the second one actually. Yeah. Um, so Uncle Joe said he was on a tour that night. He was on a tour the night that that landslide had happened. It took half of the old that road section over there. Um,
You see the red light?
yeah,
Someone's just sitting down right there.
yeah, yeah.
That's what both Jamie and Louis say.
Right on.
I get my bottom.
He said they went on the tour. Actually, I had a friend that was on that tour as well, and he told me the same thing that Uncle Joe said. It was a military tour. That was another one of the wounded veterans tour, wounded retired veterans tour. And so they went up there. One of the guys gets up to the pulley and was like, "I don't believe in this hocus pocus, this stuff. I don't believe in this BS. You know what I mean? No such thing as ghosts, that kind of stuff." And they're walking down the pulley, and he's like, "Yeah, no such thing, bro. It's only dark over here. That's the only thing that there is over here. It's just dark. You know, there's no ghosts. There's no such thing. If there is, prove it to me, right?" And then they left. They went down the Kailua. They came back up, and right after they came back up, that big landslide happened. It was all over the news and everything. And after that, the guy just shut his mouth and wouldn't say anything. Right where he said, "Prove to me that you're real. You know, I don't believe in you. This is BS." In that exact spot, that's the part of the road that crumbled down. Yeah. Where the old, hold on. My cousin works, oh, hold on, they call him me. Where the old street looking road looks where you get one small kind intersection. To the left is a waterfall. Oh, okay, you're talking where Aloha, Kiana Ole, and Old Pali Road connect. And you heard drums? That's the site of a murder, you know, in the 1970s. That's one of the stories people tell, because a lot of people will testify to seeing the victim on the tour in the group, or seeing her there on the road. My cousin works at the morgue. He sees all kind of crazy stuff, the things they do to the body. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Regina. My late husband. Hey, Joy. On the There's so much stuff going on, bro.
There's so much.
I'm hard. I'm
the back of the valley, bro.
Yeah,
my little up the hill.
His little members hearing the drums. Oh, that's awesome.
I hear all kinds.
I heard drums by Snake Road in Wailua when we was at an Airbnb house. Oh, Joy, how's it? We was cleaning up at the waterfall. We heard dun dun. Oh, shoot. So you was at Likeke Falls. Wait. You was at the top or the bottom? Because there's a story about the top of the Likeke Falls, about hearing drums coming down. Yeah. Yeah, the light is having fun.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it though. It's not like they appeared at
the
the
top.
Of the gully.
Yeah.
They had to have come from somewhere, coming down over, coming back down here.
Yeah, no,
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, that was over there. The drums we talking about, Matt, is the pahu drum. Boom, boom, boom. It's to keep cadence for the warriors. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I share this story a lot. Apparently, it's one of my favorite stories. I will share them again real fast. Yeah. I shared this one last week too. Because it's relevant, and you telling me you had an experience at the exact same place that this guy had an experience. Yeah. Oh, Mokuleia definitely get night marches up there. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble keeping up with the comments. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. So I was on top of the KCCN radio 2011 with the morning drive. Yeah. So I gotta tell ghost stories, and they wanted me to tell ghost stories at 8 o'clock in the morning. I found that very funny, you know. Anyway, we had a caller call in one day, and he went to share his own story. He sounded like one big Hawaiian brother from the west. He's from the west side, but he sounded like one real moke. You know what I mean? One real local brother. So he was sharing the story, And he basically the story was that him and his friend, one of his friends, had one haole guy come from the mainland, first time to Hawaii, from college friend, right? And they wanted to take him around town and show him around, right? And one of the things they wanted to do with him was to go ghost hunting. So they decide, and you get these four local brothers, these big guys from the west side, and then you get this one guy from the mainland. Doesn't really know the traditions or any of that stuff down here, but they're gonna teach him. So they go walk down the Old Pali Road, right? They go in ghost hunting. They get one cooler full of Heineken behind them. Basically, ghost hunting is you gonna go to one haunted place and tell ghost stories, you know. So they go down the Old Pali Road and they get to the place where he described. There was a wall. They sat down on the wall, and there was a valley that opened up behind them. Bro, there's something right to my left, right there in the bushes. Ooh, aloha, how's it? Oh, God. I'm not getting anything that is bad though. Anyway, so sorry, there's a lot of distractions here tonight. And so they're over there. They just cracked open their first beer, and they telling stories, and they hanging out and that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, from the back of that valley, yeah, keep in mind this is like 900 feet above sea level, right? There's no way to get into that valley except from the place that they're standing. Um, Basically, you go up there, and you get the twin waterfalls that feed the Likeke Falls. Yeah, they started to hear the sound of drums coming from the back of the valley, getting louder, like a procession, like the night marchers, right? These four local brothers, they start freaking out. They know what's coming. They heard about them, little kid days, and they know what's coming. They hear these tapahu drums coming louder and louder. These four guys, they strip down to their bibbities. They lie face down on the ground like you're supposed to, and these guys start praying to God. Some of them, they start like they're crying. They terrified. These guys are just absolutely terrified, on the ground, faces into the ground, praying to God that they don't die, because the night marchers will take you with them if you should look upon them or break one of the ancient old kapus, the old laws, right? The penalty was death. Um, then, as the drums are getting louder, they hear this voice above them. What are you guys doing down there? And the guy telling the story said he looked up, and there's their white friend from the mainland, has no idea what's going on. Just standing over there, looking at these big local brothers in their bibbities, looking like they go shishi themselves. And he's looking down at them. He's going, and brah, the guy just looks at him. He's like, brah, hurry up, brah. Get down, brah. Get down on your face. No look. Get down, brah. Hurry up, brah. You gonna die, brah. You gonna die. Hurry up. The guy's like, why? It's just a bunch of guys coming down the valley with drums. Nothing scary about that. What's wrong with you guys? Blah, blah, blah. And he just keeps talking, and then he won't do it. So the guys are all on the ground now with their faces on the concrete, and they're praying for their friend now. They're praying for their friend. And then all of a sudden, they start to hear screaming. And the guy telling the story said he glanced up like out of reaction, and the friend was screaming. He looked up, and what he saw was the friend was floating in midair. Like something had grabbed him by the collar of his shirt and lifted him 2 feet off of the ground, 3 feet off of the ground, and was holding him in the air, suspended. And then the friend was thrown onto the ground, knocked out unconscious. And I think the clothes of the shirt was ripped off of him. They stayed on the ground until the drums passed. And the marchers continued marching by. And when the drums died down, they grabbed everything. And they grabbed their friend and they carried him back and they left. And there was aloha oi, and they was gone. But yeah, that was yeah. A Fono village on the top of the mountain, same thing, because they are carrying a dead body. Not sure where that is. But yeah. Yeah, let's give them some more candy. The fuck was that?
Cat, maybe?
Dude, that sounded like the cat echoed here and then up there. Yeah?
Meow.
It was like, meow, 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 like that, but it like echoed and it went over us. Did you hear that? Did you hear it go over us?
Um,
Well, you know what? I'm gonna look.
I've been hearing little noises like that all night.
The meowing?
Yeah. Something kind of, yeah. This shit don't belong here.
Hey,
Right.
where's my candy?
Where's my candy? It took away. Go on with the wind.
Hey, bro, they gonna get them all.
Alone. You just run over the guy, huh, Wayne?
Huh?
You just run over the guy, huh?
I hope not.
He was sitting on the red light.
Yeah, could we just bug us some more?
See, even Uy said it sounded like on cat, but in two different places in her headset.
Yeah, I just heard the hiss. You hear the hiss?
No, I heard a meow.
I heard it. Might be an actual cat. Ah. Come on, you bugger. You like working magic net?
Yeah?
I'm not.
He's running over that side. Sorry,
Those things are very sensitive. But we can get them purple. The bug are working. Hey, Kalamai, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw candy over you. Yeah, that's good enough. I have seen the lights. It's pretty cool. Oh no, now what? Your life contains themes that that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted.
Ooh, what?
I don't know. I have no idea. Ghosts. I don't know. That's on TikTok. TikTok does that a lot. I showed a picture of a lady sleeping in the bed fully clothed with a little ghost mist coming out of her, and I got banned for a week. Oh, it's because your friend was smoking. They did the same thing to my friend. Gotcha.
Oh, when I walk up into the
when you would
street.
walk up.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad, I'm sorry.
No worry, no worry. That's good. That's the first time that's happened.
Good call. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
for
thank
letting
you,
us
thank
know
you.
about that.
I don't know. We talking about unaliving and people who have died and ghosts and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of very disturbing subjects, but that's kind of part of the thing, yeah. Ghost cats. So you know what's interesting too is right up to the left. Let me show you guys the headstone. Right over here where we're hearing the meowing coming from. Let's see. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna do this. You guys go up first. Bruh, come on. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Sweetest memories of you from my heart. Ty Ibanez, our angel. 2022. Yeah. Oh. I didn't touch them, huh? All the lights are red now. Did I touch the thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah, well, it reset. Look at that. And I never even touched them. That's strange. Are you empaths, mediums, just bugging the things you can't see? Nah, we come over here. A lot of the times we get the spirits here are Hawaiian and they like hang out, talk story, that kind of stuff. And so it's always fun to do that. I've been told that they enjoy hanging out with us. And we have a lot of activity over here. 1:33 a.m. Right on. It's 9:39 here. Of course, always Rhonda. Thank you for reminding that. That's very definitely a good thing to remind. That's definitely a good thing to keep in mind. I'm not. I don't think I've ever done the ghost hunting where I go ahead and taunt stuff. Except I have a few times, but like Bobby Mackey's was one of them. The bad ones kind of get my goat a little bit. So I didn't really. Yeah, I don't really treat the bad ones very good. Oh, I know. What if it's a cat? It wants a candy, but there's too many lights around by it. Somehow I knew that you were from Texas. That's awesome. Get plenty ghost animals on Molokai. Ghost deer. Oh, brah. What island you stay, Uncle? Bobby Mackey was scary. Yeah, Bobby Mackey was pretty scary. Messed me up for a few years after that. I stay on Oahu. We stay in Nu'uanu Valley. Well, I'm hearing a cat. I don't know if it's a real cat, but yeah. But we're also hearing like that meow. I heard that echoed and kind of went from the left side here, and went all the way up and over us. That's what I heard. Oh no, I'm reading YouTube at the same time. Hey, break them off. Mahalo, you too. From Kona side. Right on. I am not by the water. I'm in the forest right now. So what you're hearing is the wind in the trees. I was thinking about going Pali Lookout tonight, but because there was no wind when I was driving by. But now it's windy. And no more reception up there anyway, so. Yeah, we're all the way up on the top of the mountain over here. Yeah, at the Pali. That's a radio. Did you know all the Hawaiian islands put together? Okay. 5 We're gonna need more than that, bro. We're gonna need more than that for Cover Texas.
No, for real. I know my geography, bro.
Yeah?
I know my geography. Where's the most southernest tip in the northern hemisphere?
Florida.
South Point.
Oh, what?
Yep. What's the most westernest tip in the southern hemisphere?
Yeah.
Hawaii. You never know that, huh? I guess you can say ni'au. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ni'au, but
Yeah, yeah. When we were on that island, the woods were scary, and we were advised not to wander around in them. Very good advice. So we were about we're right by the car, right by the highway. You know. Ask Matt whenever we go hiking to get lost. Even daytime, bro. Apparently. That's okay. I get hiking tape now. Oh man. So what? When we go in Japan, Matt?
I don't know.
When we gonna go camp out in the suicide forest?
Yeah, no, I'll catch you live, bro. Don't worry. Just let me know, bro. I'll be there. I'll be there on the live. In the chat. That's a whole nother animal, bro.
Yeah. I don't know about camping though.
Yeah. Might not make it out, bro. We better plan on camping.
Yeah, no. That way. Oh, my brother was on the baseway in Japan and said no way would he go in there. See, the thing people don't get is Aokigahara is actually a huge park. It's a place for a lot of people go in the daytime to hike, and it's about 1/4 the size of Oahu. The name means sea of trees because it's that peaceful and serene and calm, right? That dark thing is only it's like saying, oh, Hanauma Bay you get more drownings than anywhere else in Hawaii. But that's actually a true thing too. Hanauma Bay has more deaths. Or one time it did. Suzanne, how's it? So there's a lot of different sides to it. I want to go to Japan and see the valley, the temple with all the dolls in it, where the hair grows, the doll moves around, they cut the doll's nails, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a completely different perspective. Yeah, the Western is like, oh, you get the haunted doll, oh, scary, run away. But Japan, it's like, oh, you got a haunted doll, give it to these guys, these monks. They will take care of the spirit. They will feed them. They will take care, make them happy, because they're just like people, So they're gonna go ahead, cut their hair when their hair grows too long, cut their fingernails when their fingernails grow too long, provide them food, offerings, that kind of stuff, and let them just be them. It's not like, oh my God, it's a ghost, kill it, burn it, that kind of stuff. No, it's just, it's way different. Like, you even look at something as simple as a dragon, right? What do we know about dragons? Dragons guard treasure, right? And they guard gold and jewels, and they fly around and they kill people, and you have to be a brave knight to kill them and defeat them, and blah blah blah. They're bad guys. You go to China, you go Asia. Dragons are revered. The treasure they guard is knowledge and wisdom, right? That's why they are so revered. They are wise. They are sought out for advice. They are not like, oh, I need to be strong. This is like Europe guys we're talking about that says, oh, we gotta kill it, because they're like Vikings and barbarians and stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of how they solved all their problems. Dragons are really cool, yeah. Over here we have the mo'o. The mo'o could be lizard people. Mo'o is Hawaiian for lizard, yeah. We get the mo'o wahine, the lizard lady. We got a bunch of other male mo'o. we met one of the stronger ones. Oh, that bugger was tall. Every time I think about that, we were at Boiling Pots on the Big Island, that still makes me laugh. It just fills me with awe. I mean, holy moly. But then we get some mo'o that are the size of the mountain ridges, right? That said that mountain range over there is a mo'o, is a dragon.
Really?
Huh?
I didn't even notice the lights is out.
What lights?
The tripwire.
Oh, oh, me too. Oh, 9.1K. Right on. Thank you for all the likes, guys. So I'm also trying to hit 1,000. When I hit 1,000, I'm gonna do videos on top of the lives. I'm actually gonna try to do that pretty soon. We got Lent coming up, so one of the things I'm gonna give up for Lent is to not be lazy. I'm gonna try to do a video a week, about half an hour to an hour every day, working on my channel, working on shirts, working on the Patreon, that kind of stuff. Yeah, you gotta get into a good habit sometimes. Yeah. Hey, hiccups. You get power.
If you take the batteries,
Huh. Well, when they're low, they go red, and they won't go past red. I'll have to take it apart when I get home then. You still got your shirt. Right on. Uncle Beast 808. I'm not sure by your name who you are, but but I do know you if you got a shirt.
Don't step on these candies or something?
No?
They look like melted. Some of them are like.
No, they were in my soda when I went.
Oh, the soda got on top of it?
Yeah. The
Oh,
soda
okay,
got on
okay,
top.
Okay. I'll take safe.
but it's too cold for these things to be melted over.
Okay.
Chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Yeah, but they also melt an energy drink when you spill them. So, see, I won't spill them right on top of the stuff. Thanks, dude. We've been live for almost 2 hours tonight. You guys got any questions? What will do? I need new sites. Yeah, come down Hawaii, bro. Maybe you and that open up a Hawaiian Hauntings shop at Winter Mall.
Oh, bro. I don't know if we're that big yet.
I wanted to do that, kind of like what Glenn Grant did. The haunt, like a little coffee shop. You know, place you can come drink coffee. I like make one Hawaiian Hauntings brand coffee because I love coffee. We're gonna make them only dark, yeah.
like Glenn grandson.
Mm.
Yeah, didn't he have like a bookstore, coffee shop? Or
Yep,
something?
the haunt, and right on top of the haunt, he ran his tours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. A place where you can go. I was even thinking of like offering paranormal, like ghost hunting classes, kind of thing. Like maybe once a month we go out ghost hunting. We go get one company vehicle, kind of thing, and you know all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. We can have like friends come by, teach Reiki, do Reiki, teach the Lomi, do Lomi. You know, spiritual stuff kind too. Yeah. Not just ghosts.
Nobody said they love me in this group. No can.
I get one friend that love me.
No. I was asking for service.
Aussie,
but
how's it?
nobody volunteer.
Yeah, I don't think the shop is gonna work out though. That seems to be a lot of work. I'd rather put a lot of work towards doing this and not limiting myself to a shop. You know what I mean?
The shop with me on Spotify.
Yeah.
cheaper rent.
My grandma does Reiki on me. Reiki is awesome. I gotta tell you, I've done Reiki as well, and it's been really cool. You saw me at the parrotfish in Hanauma Bay. That's cool. Hawaiian Hunting Coffee pop-up shop. Yep. Maybe I'll go rent one stuff. We go have one Hawaiian Hunting night at like one of the stuff. No. I know what you're saying, Rhonda. No worry. Hey, what's up, Mr. Mayhem? I'm over at the Pully. Good to see you, Lamb. I hope you're good. What was? You heard that? That's like some. That? Okay. Reiki is pretty awesome. Yeah. No, we did not lose power. We're on the good side of Kaneohe. Aha. Where you stay, Lambert? Maybe I come do one live down by you. One of these nights. You get choke stories, bro. If you like share too. Chinatown. Oh, I'm not brave enough to go Chinatown, bro.
You gotta worry about ghosts in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Go a little bit more.
You get the metal hoonies over there, bro.
Yeah, fucking the underground.
Yeah. Nah, Chinatown is cool. Oh yeah. Wouldn't fade my daughter in protection pouch when we went to New Orleans so the spirits wouldn't bother her. Where did you get the pouch from? Was it the spiritual healing temple or something with I forget that lady's name. I went to New Orleans too in 2020. Um, it was really cool how we just got to this place. It led us to the wrong place. We weren't even looking for it, and it was right there. And this was like of kind of like a voodoo shop, but not one that had what's that lady's name? That famous voodoo witch in New Orleans. All of the places sold statues of her, and those were all just really touristy. The place I went to wasn't touristy at all. The lady, she invited me and my friend Jamie to the back sanctum to see her. She invited us into the sanctum where all of her statues are, all of her idols were, and all of that stuff. And then she walked away, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, man, well, I gotta know this lady's name. I got the coffee.
Get the fucking tip of my tongue.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I don't know why I keep thinking Baba Yaga, but it's not. This is fucking it's a whole nother thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna go crazy. New Orleans voodoo priestess Marie Laveau. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, Marie Laveau. The one place I went to, let's see, New Orleans voodoo shops. What was it called? She knew I was coming too.
What the fuck? What is this? Oh, okay. I thought that was on leaf. See this butterfly flying with a small bird. But it looked like on leaf that was just floating in the wind, and I'm watching it like, what the hell? Like, are you gonna touch down on the ground? No, it flew higher. Oh, it's a moth, a big moth.
I think it was called the Voodoo Spiritual Temple. What was her name? Yeah, that's her. That's her. This is the place. Voodoo is not bad, yeah. Voodoo is it's healing and stuff, right? But a lot of people, they take it the wrong way, yeah. I'm also Roman Catholic, by the way, so Priesta Miriam Shamani. There was another way. There was another name for her, but yeah. This was the lady. She was awesome. Here. That was a legitimate one. Yeah, so we went in there. I was actually looking for I Googled the place where during the Hurricane Katrina, there was a couple that stuck it out. And they were a young couple, bartenders, and basically like they would just serve drinks and all of that stuff. And they stuck it out during the hurricane and they were fine. But the guy ended up unaliving his girlfriend and like chopping up her body and leaving it around, like parts of her in the oven, parts of her in pots, parts of her in the freezer. And then he went to a hotel and jumped off the balcony to his death. So, yeah. And he left a note and a key on him for the house, and that's where they found her. So we're looking for that place. They turned it into a voodoo shop downstairs, and they charge people to go on an investigation or a tour up on the top. Yeah. Yeah, that one. So we're looking for that. And the address I was given led me to that voodoo spiritual temple, which wasn't it at all. We got out of the car and we go inside there, and we're just kind of chilling, looking around, and it feels good. None of the other places I went into felt good. This one felt good, and there was this dude who would just. There was like a line of like 5 people behind, to buy stuff, and there was this dude that just kept talking to her and talking to her and talking to her and talking to her, and everyone was getting impatient. All of a sudden, you hear a band coming up the street. There was a parade. Apparently, they have parades like almost every day in New Orleans, right? So everybody ran out of the store to go look, and me and my friend were left. And she turns and looks at us, and she's like, "You come from over the ocean. I know you were coming." And I looked at her post on Facebook, and she posted too, a few days or about a week before, that this homeless guy pulled her to the side and said, "Oh yeah, you got this guy coming from over the ocean. They're gonna come and visit you." And she's like, "I don't know what the heck that is," but that was me and Jamie. And she looked at us and smiled, and she's like, "Come." So we go we follow her into the back room, and it's her sanctum with all of her stuff. And she's like, "Okay, I was just told to bring you here." And then she walks back out, and just goes back to the store. And we're just in her sanctum, like, what the heck, I found a few Hawaiian things over there, so I left $1, here and there. Little Hawaiian idols kind of thing. They were all over the place. But then getting out, we bought our stuff. We said goodbye. She said I'd see her again. I went into the car, and then as I'm sitting in the car, this black guy comes up. We're talking, got the Louisiana beads all over, got the hat, this real cool looking older black guy. He comes knocking on the window. He also looks like he's like homeless. And so I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna ask me for $1 or for money. So I put the window down. He's like, "Hey, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?" "I'm doing great." He's like, "Do you have a lighter by chance that I could borrow?" And that's all he wanted. He just wanted me to light a cigarette. And then he turned around. He's like, "Bless you. Bless you." And he was just like, that was the guy that had talked to her before, about a week before. I can't remember that. I haven't told this story forever, but I can't really remember the details of it. But I know that he kept looking at me, and he kept looking at me like he knew me, and then would turn away, and then looking at me again, kind of thing. And I was like, he came back up, and we had another conversation. I forget what it was about, but then he disappeared. Like, my friend came out of the store. She's like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" I'm like, "Oh, there's this guy. It was kind of cool, And I turned around to look for him because he walked right down the road, like not like seconds before, like a minute before, and he was gone. Later, we were told we were told that that it's the what are those things called? The god, the voodoo gods.
What, the dolls?
No, the gods. The loas.
Oh, I'm not sure.
The guy that's often depicted with the hat. Papa Legba or Papa Lewa. Yeah. That was him. That he was like the one who's in charge of the crossroads and crossing spirits over and stuff. And he had grape flavored Black and Milds, which we kept finding everywhere. Like Jamie would find it in her car, and she doesn't even smoke that. And she would be in her house, and she'd find it in her garbage can in her house, and like this kind of stuff. It was really, really interesting. So yeah, I think he was a spirit. I believe that it's very possible that we had met Papa Legba or Lewa, however it's pronounced. He's a Haitian hoodoo god. There you go. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I mean, yeah. But if I didn't believe in ghosts, or I'm sitting here. I could, maybe it wasn't, but it was still really cool. But maybe it was, right? What were you finding? I don't know. It was a good encounter. I cross over spirits too, and that's probably why he may have known me. you know, because we'll deal with like we'll use a spirit box when something would come up to us, and we'll talk to them. It's been on the live sometimes where the spirit box will talk back and have a conversation, and we go back and forth kind of thing. But my friend Doug taught me how to cross over spirits. Well, I did that before Doug too, but he taught me how to use a spirit box too to cross over spirits. If they're ever needed to, they come there. Like my guides, my guardians will bring them over here to me and let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, surrounded by too many negative energies. Oh man. I'm missing all this chat stuff over here. Yeah, I guess I'm sort of a healer. I think I limit myself too much. I was going down the path of being a healer, but that's when Bobby Mackey's happened and that case that I had happened, where the girl came up to me that needed help with a possession that spoke in Latin.
That's fucking walking from over there.
Huh?
That was walking from over there.
You heard the walking over there?
Yeah.
That sound? I heard it over there, bro.
No. That came from over there.
Yeah, I do. Loud and clear. Or to the right, and you say to the left. There was a time where I was being pulled towards the demonologist side because they wanted me to deal with those things. But that's one of my stories. It's on my YouTube. I told that one, I think, on... it's about Lilith and that kind of stuff, and it was bad. I have recordings of it still where... of the voice that would come on our video chat speaking to me in Latin. It was bad. It was very scary. It kind of shook me up. And during that time when all this was going on, that's when I went to Bobby Mackey's. She did need help, but it was something more than that. It wasn't really quite her, because she was already possessed by this thing for years and years. It wanted to mess with me is what it wanted. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. Hey, Brad TXV, how's it? So you can check out that story on YouTube. That one was kind of... But during that time, I had almost like PTSD for like 2 years after that whole thing. I wasn't myself. I couldn't heal. I couldn't do anything like that. Just kind of strange. Yeah, I messed up Zach too. Yeah. The Bobby, you know what? It's a good Friday the 13th. We're still live. I still get battery power. How you doing there, Matt?
Good. Chilling. Hey, follow on with the chat.
Yeah.
I can actually read it. Brought my glasses tonight.
Yeah. Zach as in Bagans? Yeah. So I think I'll tell some of that story. The Bobby Mackey story. Because that was kind of cool. I have watched a couple episodes of Ghost Adventures and those kind of shows, but I don't really like to watch those too much. Because it's all production. You know what I mean? Like, this is real. And if you've ever been ghost hunting, you know what the ghost hunting involves is going to a dark place and sitting here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. Right? It's a little bit better. Why do I have the light anyway? Oh well. To banish the darkness, why not? Yeah, it's like when they're telling the story, they have an actor that's being the little girl that got murdered over here, and then there's smoke in the background, and she's dressed in a raggedy white dress with, it's like, brah, come on. As they're recreating the story. I mean, it's good, but to me, ghost stories aren't really about scaring people, So in 2014, we went to Bobby Mackey's, among other places, Rolling Hills, Prospect Place, We went to Saddamsville Rectory. All in a week we drove. It was fun. And so Bobby Mackey's was a milestone for me. So many people on Facebook, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go Bobby Mackey's. Does anybody in the area want to meet up with me? You know, because it was like $600 to investigate for 6 hours, and I wasn't gonna pay $600, but we ended up getting six of us to pay $100 each to investigate. So we did our tour. The lady was really nice, Angela. She was really cool. She stayed in the bookshop, you know, or the gift shop over there, in the bar. The bar was closed down. It was on a Sunday, and we went around, did our own thing. We went into the basement, the portal to hell. I got video of it too. Yeah. Um, we went into yeah. I love to come San Antonio, bro. That'll be fun. Oh, of course. Everywhere you go ghost hunting, you have to pay. But we went into the basement where there was the portal to hell, and right attached to the portal to hell, or right near it, next to it, is the Room of Faces. The Room of Faces is just this room. Yeah, it's a small room, bricks all around, you know, and there's a generator in the back, I guess. And they have like, it's a ghost hunting place, so they have like trigger objects and dolls, and they have little squares made with duct tape on the ground. And the idea is you put the doll inside the duct tape and you ask the doll to move out, kind of thing, and you kind of see that. Um, you, so there was four chairs, me, my friend Doug, Jennifer, and Anne. We sat down in the room, we turned off the lights, and we tried to see what would happen, what we could feel, that kind of stuff. It's called the Room of Faces because people will see faces in the bricks, right? So it's like all right, that's cool. Um, we sat down. I was across from Doug. Next to me was Anne. Across from Anne was Jennifer. We turn off the lights. It's pitch black, and then all of a sudden you hear like that, this coming in the room, and I'm like, who's doing that? And I turn on the light. Jennifer's like, nobody, I'm not doing that. There's like, but it's happening to my chair right now. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, there's something that's clicking or hitting the metal leg of her chair. And I look around, there's nothing even nearby. It's just the chair, okay? And she's looking scared. So I turn the light off again. And it comes back, and it just starts making the little clicking noises. And I'm like, I'm getting a little pissed off. I'm getting a little upset. And I'm like, I'm getting a little bit upset. And I look at Doug and I'm like, Doug, I almost did it. And Doug's like, what did you almost do? I'm like, I almost said, what? You're supposed to be this big bad demon and all you can do is tap on one chair leg, huh? And Doug looks at me, he's like, oh, I'm so glad you didn't say that. And I'm like, oops. You know? Bobby Mackey's is supposed to have demons that hurt people and all of this stuff. And this bugger, all it does is tap on one leg chair. You know? And I'm just kind of like, brah, what the heck? You know what I mean? But anyway, and Doug's like, well, you had to say that, didn't you, Joe? And I'm like, I'm sorry. It just, these bad things that want to be all big, bad, and scary, they don't do anything, brah. You know what I mean? And then Anne is next to me. She's grasping at the rosary around her neck. And she's like, Joe? I'm like, what's up, man? She's like, I forgot my prayers. I can't pray right now. All of my prayers, I can't remember them. And Doug looks at me. He's like, Joe, teach her how to protect herself. Teach her the white light technique. And so I open my mouth and I'm like, okay, this is what you do. This loud fucking noise behind us shakes the entire room up. And it's like all of us jump out of our chairs and let me scream. And by the time we hit the top of the jump and we're landing back down, we realize the generator turned on. Brah, what the hell? And we're all laughing. The generator's still going and it's so loud, cannot hear nothing. You know what I mean? But I can see everyone relax. But then before my butt hits the chair again, I'm thinking to myself, what perfect timing, huh? And so I'm like, this thing doesn't want me to tell her how to protect herself. And so I do anyway. I wrap my hands around her ear and I'm yelling at her over the sound of the generator. This is what you do. You need to imagine the white lights surrounding you. You need to do this. And I'm yelling into her ear. And the second I'm done, the generator turns off. And that energy that was in the room, because the generator was on, that mechanical, that EMF energy, whatever it was so intense. It was almost like it was sparkling around us, right? It was there. This energy was there, and there was something else, and I could feel. Oh, I'm remembering that now. I'm standing over there, and everybody is just tense. No one is moving a muscle. No one is saying anything, and there's something right in front of my face. I can feel this, like, what I saw in my mind was this imp, this little demon imp thing, just giving me the meanest stink eye, just glaring at me, mad, inches away from my face. I could feel this. I could almost smell its foul breath. You know, it wanted Anne, and I wouldn't let it get Anne. And I immediately am like, you need to leave. You need to get the hell out of here and leave me alone. You need to leave. And then my voice starts to go off on its own. I don't even say these. These words are not coming through my mind. They're just coming right out my mouth. I'm like, you need to leave or my guardian will devour you. As soon as I said that, boom, the thing took off. It was gone. It flew out of the room and it was just gone. The pressure, the energy, the intensity, it was just gone. And I'm like, what did I just say? See, when I went to Bobby Mackey's, I wanted to test myself. And so I told all of my guardians, I told Michael the Archangel, I told every guardian that I had to wait outside. I wanted to feel the brunt of Bobby Mackey's by myself. And I was stupid, all right? I wanted, if I'm going to become a demonologist, if I'm going to be doing this kind of stuff and dealing with this kind of thing, I want to know that I'm not relying solely on my guardians and protectors. None of this is true today. Okay? None of this is true. I know the error of my ways. But I just, yeah. But that guardian that I had summoned, the wording alone was an ancient Hawaiian god that was terrifying. That's when I found out that this ancient Hawaiian god that was terrifying was actually a guardian and a protector. Hey, Big Kavik, how's it? Yeah, I need them. And so it felt like it was gone. And I'm like, all right, it's gone. My friend Eric's over there. He brought his whole sound system, microphones to capture EVP in the basement, right? And so he sets everything up and he's like, all right, you ready to go ghost hunting? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Eric. I think I was scared the ghosts away. He's like, oh, man. I'm like, I'll tell you what, let me leave the basement. I'm going to go upstairs, relax a little bit, hang out, and I hope something happens to you down here. He's like, oh, thanks, yeah. And I'm like, oh, the story's not done yet, Rhonda. And so I'm like, okay. So I go and I hang out and I'm talking story with Angela. Doug's upstairs, Anne's upstairs. We're all upstairs. Anne stayed downstairs with Eric. Jennifer's upstairs. We had another lady with us that I don't remember her name, but like I told her what happened and she's like, oh wow, that sounds cool. And then I was looking for my glasses. I couldn't find my glasses anywhere. So I walking around Bobby Mackey's, the bar, everywhere, looking for my glasses. I even go downstairs. I can't find my glasses anywhere. So we're retracing our steps. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's upstairs. Upstairs was Carl's apartment. We had just poked our head in there, took a few pictures, Carl was the guy that lived there and took care of Bobby Mackey's. And so I'm like, maybe I left it in Carl's room. He had died by this point, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go check. And Jen's like, do you want someone to come up with you? I'm like, nah, I got it. She's like, it's kind of scary. I'm like, after what happened down there, I'm not afraid of anything. And I laughed. But she's like, oh, okay. So I start walking to Carl's apartment on the other side of Bobby Mackey's. And I start going up the stairs, this old wooden staircase. I remember the staircase was old and wooden. It had splinters and all that. It was kind of narrow. And as I'm walking up the stairs, I find myself, without prompting, without meaning to, saying the Lord's Prayer. I find myself walking up the stairs saying, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And I'm like, all right, we'll just roll with it. And I'm in Carl's room and I'm looking around, shining the light around, looking for my glasses. And all of a sudden, this hot air, no noise, just this hot air comes out and hits me like when you're cooking something in the oven and you open the oven door and that hot air just boom hits you in the face. It hit me right in the face. It was September. It was cool. It was in the 50s, all right? And I'm like, brah, what the hell? And I turned and I ran. I ran downstairs. I went into the room, and I'm sitting there like, brah, something happened up there. I don't know what it was, but... And then I found that my breathing kind of became more difficult. Every time I would breathe in, it would be shallower. My lung capacity was less and less and less every time I would breathe in. And I'm sitting down there trying not to freak out, because if I freak out, I'm going to start breathing a lot and then it's going to get worse. I'm sitting down over there trying to not freak out. I turn on the spirit box I have, the PS7 or whatever it's called, the radio one, to distract myself kind of. And as I turn it on, first words out of the spirit box, leave. And I'm like, oh, I'm there listening to this. Everybody else is there and they hear this. And I'm like, you guys hear that? They're like, yeah, something wants you to leave. Like, I'm not going to leave. Get out. And I'm like, whoa, shoot. Like, leave now. And I'm like, oh my God, this is over like channels and channels of radio that's being scanned super fast. Flee, And I'm like, okay, that's it. No, I'm good. And then I hear a knock at the front door. The knock at the front door I thought was air, because to get to the basement, you got to go outside and around. And the front door is locked, so if he's going to come back in, he's got to open it up. So the lady's like, oh, I think that's your friend. I'll let him in. I'm like, no, I'll let him in. I like go outside for a smoke anyway. So Jennifer follows me, and I go to the front door where we hear the knocking. Loud knocking, right? I had the spirit box on, but nothing else. There was no noise coming out of it. I open up the door. Nobody is there. I'm looking around. Nobody is there. Then another voice barks over the spirit box, leave now. And I'm like, Jen is looking at me like, what the hell is going on, Joe? And yeah, so I'm still trying to calm down. And I go back inside and the lady's looking at me, trying to calm down, sitting down, trying to not lose my shit. You know what I mean? And she looks at me and she's like, you know who you remind me of right now? And I'm like, who's that? She's like, you remind me of Zach Bagans. Zach Bagans sat in that exact chair you're sitting at right now when things started happening to him. And he was doing the exact same thing you're doing right now. Trying to calm himself down, trying to stop himself from being scared, trying to get control of himself, get control over the situation, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Almost done that. But if you're going to go earlier, brother, it was a pleasure meeting you. So I asked her if I could bless the place. I brought my salt, my holy water, and she said, go ahead. So I'm going up and down the bar, blessing the bar. And as I do this, my breathing comes back. My breathing comes back, and everything is fine, and I calm down and I relax. But I had something happen to me there. Yeah, that when all of that things happened, right before I went up to Carl's room, that girl in Hawaii who I was trying to help, that's me breaking things, by the way. That girl who I was trying to help, texts me from Hawaii saying, Joe, where are you? What's going on? I'm worried about you. I'm like, don't worry, I'm at Bobby Mackey's. She's like, what the hell are you doing at Bobby Mackey's? That place is evil. I'm like, don't worry about it. We had some stuff happen. It's all good. It's done. She's like, it's not over yet. ... And I'm like, okay. I'm not returning your text anymore. But yeah. I realized after 2 years of seeing things in my shadows and seeing things all around me, nothing had followed me home from Bobby Mackey's. I knew that, but something was still very wrong with me. And I read about it in a journal of a demonologist. He says that When you have a close contact with something that's so anti-human, anti-person, something that's so against and the opposite of humanity, like a demon, a part of your soul withers away and dies, and it leaves the body screaming for it to go with it, for a while. And that's what was happening to me. It had changed me. Irreversibly, it had changed me. People always ask me, they're like, oh, what's the scariest thing that happened to you? Oh, that's cool. I wish that would happen to me. I'm like, no, that was messed up. Oh, but you're still good. Yeah, you're still fine. I compare it to like, yeah, I'm still fine. But, a guy with one arm still learns how to live, right? But he still misses his arm. That kind of stuff. So there was definitely some things that had happened to me that had changed me. And it was just from Bobby Mackey's or from that girl that I tried to help. Who knows? But yeah, I would have. But yeah, that's the story about that. I think I'm going to, I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. Let me go ahead and flip the kind around a little bit. All right. Blind myself a little bit so I can tell you guys goodbye properly.
Sheesh, I take off my old man glasses. Wow.
Well, first of all, say hi to my accomplice over here, but I'm at with his old man glasses.
How they guys? Remind me, Ebert Palawowski, the third.
Oh, you're all cold, are you? You get jacket on, hoodie.
When we got here, but the jacket been on. Fucking cold, cousin, yeah.
Nice, congratulations, Matthew. Right on. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It was a pleasure. Happy Friday the 13th. I hope everyone's day was not unlucky.
And, happy Valentine's to all you
Happy
guys that have
Valentine's,
Valentine's
yeah.
tomorrow.
Happy Valentine's Day. But yeah, I don't know if I'm brave. I might just be crazy. I used to work in the mental hospital. But as I tell people, oh yeah, I used to be in the mental hospital. Right on. Every Friday nights we do this. I also have a Patreon, Hawaiian Hauntings. You guys can join for free. YouTube, also on Hawaiian Hauntings. TikTok, blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff. We're working on growing the channel, getting stuff like merchandise, and doing more videos and more outings. It's a lot of fun. I really have fun doing this. But yeah, you guys take care. Have a fantastic weekend. Aloha. We'll see you guys later, yeah? Hey, Annette. How's it? Good to see you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, stay safe, guys. Aloha.